Welcome to Uncovering India and wishing you Eid Mubarak in advance. Uh, Many heartiest congratulations from all of us for the stellar work that you are doing, you and your team, in providing succor to the COVID affected persons and their caretakers. So, please take us through this journey of providing food kits and providing with oxygen cylinders and even cremating Hindu deceased COVID deceased patients and supporting the relatives and everything. All this entire thing that you are doing, please take us to the journey. When did this all begin and how you start? Because I suppose it's a collaboration of Students Islamic Organization and Jamaatul Islami Hind Goa. Together, your two
Correct.
organizations have come together. So please take us to this entire the activities that you have been doing.
So yeah, firstly, in the name of most merciful, the most magnificent, peace be upon all the viewers who is listening and watching this video. So, firstly, when this pandemic last year, if you remember, when we encountered the pandemic and being hyped, and a lot many people were distressed due to the lockdown. Many migrants were, they didn't have food, their livelihood was destroyed, and many things happened. And around 30 lakhs is what we had spent for getting the life in order. So this year also, when the second wave began in 2021, April around end, Jamaat Islami Hind, along with Humanitarian Relief Society Goa and Students Islamic Organization of India Goa Zone, we collaborated together and decided that we are going to do some work to do some relief activities, especially for those people who are patient and they are attendants. Usually what used to happen is, and it was a normal norm, whenever any patient is admitted into the hospital, you would see the neighbors or their relatives would be the first ones to visit them and provide some food for them. This COVID is such that if you go there, you are also likely to have it. So this has become like a stigma due to which many people do not want to either visit nor associate with those people who are actually got it. So this has risen in a lot of problems among those who are affected by it, especially those who are attending those patients. The many people who are hungry for, they don't have their meals in the afternoon, some don't have both the meals. So when Jamaat came to know about this, they realized that we should do something. And free food is one of the activities that they began from district hospital, North Goa District Hospital in Mapsa. And gradually we started in GMC Hospital, and then we expanded to Margao District Hospital, and also in Sub-District Hospital in Ponda. Overall, the free food service was established, and then later on in Mapsa and Margao, we also started to give this free food, cooked food, to those people who are home isolated. Now, what was happening is these people who are home isolated, they cannot cook if the entire family is affected. Maybe because of the fever, or they cannot stand and cook, or there are many other health related issues. So this has been successful as well. Along with this, we also realized that oxygen cylinders, suppliers, but they didn't had this regulators with it, and that was one of the most panicking thing which we came to know about. So as soon as we this, we contacted some of the the agencies in other states, and we procured some this cylinder regulator, and now we we are getting more among those people who are either discharged from the hospital and their oxygen level is not in the required norms. So if it is dropping really very bad, we give it to them.
If you are such a magnitude of work that you are doing requires a lot of logistical support. So how are you managing this
Yes.
entire logistical backup, and how are you tackling with the various challenges that you are have to inquire logistics in front of in terms of your resources, material, human resource? How are you dealing with all these challenges?
Firstly, we are each one of our volunteers. We have told them that they should take optimum care of themselves. They should wear a double mask, gloves, and whenever they are getting into any of the exposures, they should wear proper clothes, the PPE or whatever has to be worn, and that's how they go about. And as far as the manpower is concerned, Jamaat-e-Islami Hind has urged each one of its members, associates, the sympathizers, and there are many people who are coming forward. They are saying that I would love to be a part of this initiative. Whatever I can do, I'm ready to do. And Humanitarian Relief Society also has its own base of people. So also does the Students Islamic Organization. So all of them combined together, we are 200 strong who are with this pandemic, who wants to help people out.
All these resources that you need, manpower, you said you have almost 200 people with you, but what about the
Yes.
resources, like making those resources available, like your cylinders and the food packets and all these things that you have been doing? So how are you making all these resources available, and how are you coordinating with such a humongous work that you have undertaken?
So, Jamaat-e-Islami Hind is a national organization, and we have some of our contacts in other states, and it works as a nation as whole. So, this work that we are doing is not just in Goa, but we are doing it from the top to bottom. So, like every state has their own COVID care centers that has been established. So if you can see in Delhi, we have organized under SIO a unique call center which actually verifies the leads and understand how is the bed situation and everything. So similarly in Maharashtra, in Karnataka, in Kerala, in every state. So when we understood this manometer thing, we contacted some of our contacts there, and they helped us out with getting those gadgets in place. We are also in talks, and inshallah we are planning to have some more adding up to our resources. Then we can help many other people in the coming days.
So any particular challenges that you have encountered that has made you think that some areas that you still need some more resources, efforts, where you are still you think work needs to be done?
Although what we're doing is not so much, there's a lot many that lot much more that we can do, and it is only possible if people from each one of their houses who have recovered from COVID, or if they have this RTPC put in shape and is willing, should come forward and help in whichever ways they can. In that way, in the extreme north and the extreme south, these are the places that we are not able to reach as of now. If they come forward, then maybe we can be able to reach out to those people as well. Besides this, if anybody wants to help us monetarily, or if they have any of the unused medicines of COVID, or used or unused gadgets like the manometer itself, or the oxygen oximeters, or anything that they have which they think can be beneficial for those patients who are currently fighting COVID, should donate it to us. that would be a way that we can help someone else's life. In the Quran,
So,
Allah says,
uh,
if you save one life, it is as if you have saved the entire humanity. So maybe we not be able to reach to all these thousands of people, but how much ever we can in our capacity, we should be able to help them. That's what actually we'll be accountable for. So yeah, that's how we believe and we work towards to.
what are your plans
And
going ahead? What do you wish to do?
plans, yeah, see that only. We are going to continue with what we are doing. We are also going to hold this blood donation and plasma donation camps. Wherever possible, vaccination drives might also be done. We did it in the past in one of our institute which we run in the Vasco by the name Ashiana Institute. So maybe in the future we can do that. And there are other talks also. We have not planned it out thoroughly. Once they are out, then we can disclose it to the public.
All these things. What do you want to tell to this political leadership who make communal statements or running their own personal agenda, which is affecting the people's life and the people at large, society, the common people?
Yeah, like if I have to put it this way, the government is the one who is actually elected by the people for the safety of the people first. So a few things are there which needs to be taken care of by the government on at a very basic level. One of which is the food, the shelter, and the medicals. And today, all three are not so good in shape. In Delhi, when we saw we could ask what should we be doing in case if we have to have such a crisis of oxygen and but no steps were taken, and it was really disheartening to see how the situations are being handled currently. Uh, some there are many people who say that when we go to the oxygen refilling, those people either don't respond or they ask for who have you come through. So we have also heard that one very old lady, very old as in she was like 60, in her 60s, and doctors had to actually choose between her and a youth, and they told her your age is already done, now we need to take care of some youths. So it is really shocking to hear this. What I can say is the medical practitioners right now have been put to test. It is the fault of the government who should not have put them into such a miserable state that they had to choose between an old lady and a youth. So overall, I think the government should take responsibility of what is happening currently, and they should act and not invest their money in useless things or unnecessary things on untimely things. Some decisions when you should take at the appropriate time. A decision taken at the wrong time is a failure. Right now, if I have to quote here, we are planning to have a new building or a new premises for our prime minister. I think that money could be utilized in a better way right now for humanity. So planning goes very long, and it has an impact on people's lives.
We have recently heard statements from a Karnataka-based BJP leader, how he made some communal remarks. How does this kind of statements impact the morale of people like you who are in the thick of things to provide relief, or you take it with a
Yeah,
pinch of salt?
how I see it is, um, I mean, if political things, it's better not to say, but they all work on some communal backgrounds that they have or some agendas that they keep alive to fill their vote banks. But people in Goa are very wise, and they do not care of what these political leaders have to say on communal grounds. Uh, and I have actually witnessed this in the past few days. There are many Hindus and Christians and Muslims coming together and appreciating the work that Jamaat Islami, SIO, Students Islamic Organization, and Humanitarian Relief Society doing. And they are much appreciating it because we, being a Muslim organization, are doing such a relief work. Uh, and they are really surprised to know about it. And since they knew that last year when we did it, it has actually benefited most of the people in the ground. And they also came in forward and said that if we can help you monetarily, we are very happy doing it. So I think in Goa, the population is, they are very wise, they are educated, and they know what is true and what is false.
Thank you so much, Mr. Asim, for your valuable time spent with us. We wish you all the very best. Last year also, you were in the thick of things when COVID outbreak happened for the first time, distributing food to the migrant workers who were going back due to the lockdown. This year again, you are again in the thick of things. I hope that God bestows you with a lot of blessings and gives you the power to keep on moving ahead like this, the way you're doing. Thank you for joining with us and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to, portray whatever we have been doing, and also appealing the masses that they should come forward and do whatever they can, because humanity right now needs humans. Um, if we don't stand by today, then we may not be able to see those loved ones the next year, and hope that next year we don't fall into the same situation again. May God bless all of us.